So take a look at the Sefaspe MIG 135 Pro. So we've got our stinger. You can see we do have our stamped plate there to hold the rod, and that is a twist lock on the other side. We also have our working clamp, and I do appreciate seeing that we do have that braid right there on the inside. So that means that even if we're making better contact on this side than on that side, we don't have to worry about that pin in order to carry the current to that cable. And that is also a twist style lock. And here is our MIG gun. So it does come with our tip pre-attached. We have our hanging hook. Get a nice soft trigger. That is a twist style lock. We do also have a hole in there for inserting our wire, and we have our 2-pin connector for the trigger. Looks like it does come with some wire, and that does come fully sealed. It says that is Flux core 0.8mm. It does come with an extra tip and a wrench. And there is the welder. We got our instructions, and it also comes with a handful of extra tips. So that is a 120 volt plug, so we can plug that into a standard household outlet. And it says that that's 120 volts right there. Also appreciate seeing we got our power ratings written right there on the back. Got our on-off switch, and we do have active cooling. On the front, everything is well labeled. So we've got our connector for the trigger, we got our negative, we got our positive, and we got our port for our MIG wire. We got our knob, that is also a push button, and we got our mode button right there on the side. It does say that that is a 3-in-1. It can be for MIG, stick, or TIG. And nice small space. That is going to make this a much more compact welder, so if you need something you can take around, take right to the work site, this will be an excellent option for that. Spin this guy off. Can't see our feeding wheel, so this is good for a 0.8 or a 0.9 wire. We're going to be using 0.8, so we want this track to be facing out. And it's nice to see that we are also labeled on the roll itself. This can be feeding from the bottom, so we want to make sure that we have this oriented so it will spin counterclockwise. And we just drop on that washer and that spring nut. So I'm going to cut off that bend so we don't have anything interfering. And then feed the wire into the feeder and through the front. Then we drop that bearing and lock it down. So on the front, we will attach our MIG gun. Just make sure that that is going through that hole. Twist it up and then attach the trigger. Gonna remove the tip so we don't have anything interfering. And we plug in the welder and turn it on. We're on stick. There we got lift TIG. We got Flux. That's 0.030, 0.035, and 0.040. I don't want to touch anything that's in there, but I do want to see. So I'm just going to keep an eye and make sure nothing's getting bound up. I'm going to stretch this cable out so it's as straight as I can get it, and then pull the trigger. Okay, feeding nice, and we have got our wire. Shut that off, make sure I got my 0.8 tip, drop that guy in, thread that on. You can do that finger tight, or you can use a wrench to tighten it up. I usually just do a finger tight, and then cut off the tip. We got some 1/8" steel, we are going to set that to 60 amps. It does have synergistic controllable, so basically all you have to do is set the amps, and it will set the wire speed and the voltage for you. So, I mean, that definitely runs very smooth. I didn't have any problems with like spitting and popping or anything like that. That basically just flows straight in. And there we go. That'll definitely hold some metal together. Yeah, if you want a super clean running welder, something that's nice and compact, something where you don't have to worry about changing the sticks all the time because it's actually a MIG, that is going to be an awesome little option.